Welcome to a special edition of the Small Business Showcase. This is the After Hours special. We're here being sponsored by Elev8 Art Gallery as well as Elev8 Glass Gallery. Elev8 has things from smoking devices like the Silver Surfer here, which there's the Super Silver Surfer, which includes the fan, and the regular Super Surfer. And if you're interested in one, we have a discount code in the description. They also do cremation glass. So I got a necklace with someone I cared for's ashes in here. And again, you'll have a discount code for that. As you can tell from the background, we have all kinds of things. They do cups, glass classes, painting classes, you name it. So I'm actually joined here by a man that I respect and love quite a bit. And it is Dominic with Hellraisers Tattoo and Syndicate Empire Radio. How you doing today, sir?
I'm good. I'm here just hanging out, man. Loving it.
Thanks for being on. So this is going to be a little bit different than when you were on the old show. It's a 40 to 45 minute interview, deep dive into your story, because a lot of people know you, but they don't really know you. So yeah. Let's start in the beginning. Like, you know, when you were a child, how did life start for you?
Well, my earliest memories probably go back to when I was like 5, 6 years old. My mother, my uncles, even my grandmother, they all worked at the boys club right there on it's not even there anymore. It's on Tejon and Moreno. It's a lawyer's office now. But yeah, that's most of the people that know my family, know my mom and them, and everybody that, you know, they grew up with. They all went to Palmer, or South High School. That's gone, or South Junior High, and then they had Palmer High School. Everybody went to the boys club right there, that South Boys Club. So it was just that was kind of where the starting point was, you know. My mom worked at a club called Rumors, and the Rumors was like the hangout for all the old OGs on the South Side. So if you
is Rumors still there?
The analysis, no, Rumors is gone too. All that we used to live across the street from Elmer's later on in life, and that's all gone now. So, you know, yeah, I go back pretty far, man, and like even I had a boys club card that had 00. It was a picture of me as a baby on it. So I'm back to Mr. Sonovic days. If anybody knows who Mr. Sonovic is, he was the one that ran the boys clubs back in the days, both the South End, and then when that one closed, he took over the one on El Pomar. But I've been to Tut. I played football for boys club. I was a boys club kid.
What position you played in football back then?
I played a lot of defense. I was a linebacker, safety, strong safety. You know, I like to hit, you know. I was just like playing defense.
Back then, did you ever think you would be an entrepreneur running a successful businesses that you do now?
Nah.
No.
I played football for a while when I was a kid. It was just my uncle was into it. You know, he was the guy that my Uncle Toby ran a lot of the sports and shit for the boys club. So he was the guy that came out and opened up the thing where you get all the basketballs out, and he coached the football team, the basketball team. He was a referee. You know, he passed away now, but he was still doing the referee shit when he was older. You know, boxing. He refereed basketball games. He was just into sports, like the golf. Even did golf and shit.
Do you ever do golf yourself?
Nah.
So why didn't you continue doing football? What happened with that?
I started gangbanging.
So how young were you when that life started?
I was in high school, man, honestly. I was bad already in middle school, but I wasn't really technically gangbanging. I was running around wanting to be some shit like that because I was going to California most of my life at that point. I would go to California during the summertime, and then I would I would go to school for like 3 months. So I was in Cali 6 months out the year. So, you know, people thought I was from California. Some people, you know, because when I was young, I didn't have nobody. I lived where I lived at downtown by that boys club. There's no houses. It's all parking lot. I didn't have like homies that I grew up with. Like I played by myself in a parking lot.
He played by himself, giggity.
Yeah, right. So you know what I used to run around with all the time? Toy guns.
Toy guns. And he's definitely someone that told me not to get a gun because it's not safe. He said, stick to your knives.
Yeah, stick to your knives. I got knives now. I don't really mess with guns. So, I did get a flamethrower though recently.
Ooh, so
Yeah,
we're gonna have
I'll
to
show
have
you
some
that
fun with
later. Yeah,
that.
I'll show you that later.
Can't have that one on the video. So when did the tattoo part start? Did that start before or after the gangbang started?
After. I was tattooing like myself and my cousins and my brothers and the homies, and just on some just, you know, eventually every group of kids growing up, somebody in that group eventually starts experimenting with tattoo shit, ink. They started pick and poke friends. They started pick and poke themselves. Then others getting interested in it, and they want you to do it to them. And then it just happens. And then next thing you know, this dude is getting awards at a fucking tattoo convention 10 years from now. That's just how it happens. But yeah, tattooing the homies and you know, putting the homies' nicknames on them, or the homies' old ladies' names, or
Big mistake with
little
someone's
shit,
name.
you know, initials. I put my initials on my baby mama, rest in peace. I shattered my initials on her ankle when we was in high school, so it goes back then, Anthony's mama.
Do you still have any of your original tattoos you did yourself, or did you cover them up?
My D is one that I had. I messed around with a few times on different shit, pick and poke and homemade shit and prison shit. Yeah.
So
yeah.
prison, I know you said 10 years, right? Of your life was taken from that?
I was in federal prison for 5.5 years.
5.5 years.
6 months of that ended up being in the halfway house off of Nevada. So yeah, dealing with that shit. You know.
Was that your wake-up call to kind of start going into entrepreneurship?
Well,
things like that?
a lot of things kind of set in when I had gotten arrested. You know what I mean? I already knew from the point I got arrested what time it was. I knew I was going to prison. I hadn't even been told that yet. I already knew it.
You just had that instinct.
I knew that was going to happen. So I just had to do what I had to do until that day came where they were going to take me. And then eventually the feds picked it up. They indicted me not too long later. And I was gone ever since till I came home. So yeah, they came and swooped me up, and I never came home after that.
What was the biggest change you saw when you got out after those 5.5 years?
Well, when I first got hit up, I made a bucket list. I hadn't even been sentenced yet. I didn't even know how long I was getting. But on this bucket list was a bunch of shit that I knew I wanted to do for myself, but that would also better me when I was out. So like simple shit was like learn how to play chess. I know I get down. I'm not one of the best, but I mean, like my homeboy Charles, big shout out my man Charles, he runs me on chess, right? But he did 25 years. So I'm pretty good, but I ain't that good. But you know, I learned how to play chess, didn't know how to even move the pieces. I wanted to write a book. I ended up writing 3.
And they're on Amazon too,
And on
aren't they?
Amazon. I wanted to learn how to oil paint. I got all those paintings in my shop, and then now they're getting signed by the actors that they portray. What else? I wanted to read 100 books. That was a big one, but I ended up reading 200 books. And then I've read all the graphic novels to Marvel, the original universe, and the Ultimate Universe.
As I say, the parallel universe.
Well, they might have some new shit. I'm not new to, but we definitely. I know. Look, I don't know if you know how big the lockers are in prison, but they're about this tall and probably about this deep. They're good sized lockers. This dude had a locker full of nothing but Marvel comic books, but like the thick ones, the graphic novels, the thick ones that have like 3 or 4 comics in one. I read all of those. All of them.
So what was your favorite one out of the 200 books you read?
My favorite book?
Yeah. That you can think of.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. You know what one was cool? They even had a movie out of it. Is Public Enemies. So I'm really into like the mafia and old crime, like back in the 1920s.
Is that from the gangbang or?
Nah, I was always into those old movies like that. You know what I mean? I like horror movies, but I also like gangster movies. Like I like horror movies. I even watch the old black and white ones. Vince Cagney, you know what I mean? All these old actors, Humphrey Bogart, all these dudes. I know all the history on all that shit. Even when like the movie that Dillinger was watching that night when he got smoked. He was watching a Humphrey Bogart movie, Manhattan Melodrama, and but I've been to that spot where he got killed. I've been to Al Capone's grave. I've been to Al Capone's favorite hangout and sat at his table. I'm just into that type of shit. But Public Enemies was probably one of the best books I ever read because it was based off real things, right? Because Johnny Depp put out the movie, but it was only based really on him. There was little things of other like Machine Gun Kelly. I don't even think he's mentioned in the movie, but he's a big part of that book. It talks about how he got popped, how Babyface Nelson, how his come up and downfall, Dillinger's come up and downfall, the Ma Barker gang, the Carpus gang. That dude is actually who the book was wrote and really written after. It wasn't even Johnny Depp's kid, Dillinger. Dillinger was in the book, but the movie was based more off him. Alvin Karpis was the dude that Dillinger was talking to about robbing the banks in the movie, but the whole book was based off him. Alvin Karpis is like the only dude that ever gone to Alcatraz, gone to Leavenworth, where seen that place, the Birdman of Alcatraz. He said he's seen Al Capone having a seizure in a chow hall. He worked with Pretty Boy Floyd, Dillinger, Bonnie and Clyde, all these people that he dealt with in this lifestyle. He actually ended up retiring out into like Argentina. Like he went through all that shit through the whole campaign with the FBI and Hoover and everybody killing these dudes. None of these people survived. All of them are dead. He was the only one that made it, and that book was really about him. They robbed him out of making it all about Johnny Depp and Dillinger. Crazy, right?
Definitely crazy. So
yeah, you can tell I read that book.
I've actually seen the Public Enemy movie.
I read that book a couple times. I think I still have it in the shop.
Definitely not read it, but I've seen the movie, so I know definitely what you're talking about for once, because there's so many movies he's shot that I've not seen.
So many people that are in that film. Like people don't understand. That book has maps of all the things that each one of them did. All those different criminal characters, as we call them now, but all these people that were like public enemy number ones throughout that history of, and Dillinger's campaign was literally only 15 months. Everything he did, all that glory and fame and all that shit, he has 15 months. That's it. From beginning of his criminal campaign to where he got killed was only a little over a year.
So on your bucket list, you've done the 200 books, so you surpassed 100. You, what was the other one you said? I can't believe I just forgot live on show.
I wanted to take some classes. I ended up taking like 19 classes on different things, from writing to small business to realty, all kinds of different things that I just thought would help me when I got out. I got my GED with honors, valedictorian. What else?
That's awesome. Congrats on that one.
All kinds of shit, man.
You wrote the 3 books.
When I was down, I just did.
When you
something
got
with
out,
my time.
did you go into the tattoo world immediately, or
I was tatting the entire time. I was poking in the federal holding. I hadn't even been sentenced yet. I was in there picking and poking all the hobbies.
So tattooing, you would say, definitely is a passion for you at this point.
My man Savage, I just ran into him. He one of the homies. Big shout out to Sav. I was tatting him while I was in the feds. He just came to the shop not too long ago, man. Come visit me.
So what came first, the shop or Syndicate Empire?
Syndicate Empire, for sure. That's been around since 2006.
So
and that was
20
started,
years this year.
That was started with the homies. We were all doing security. Big shout out to my homie, my brother, Big Noah. You know, everybody, all those Usos, all the fam over there. You know what I mean? Everybody out in LA. Everybody's doing they thing now. We're all older, but I still, that's I run with my shit. That's my shit. That's my brand. So it went from security kennels to doing Syndicate Entertainment. We were doing hella shows. I brought Lighter Shade of Brown and Spice One out here for the first time, and much love to DTTX. He passed away, you know what I mean? But he used to live with me from Lighter Shade of Brown. That was the homies. We were doing so many shows and running around so much. It was just, we had tour buses at the house on the Verdi block, dog. We was doing turned up. That's, if you know about the Verdi block, you know the tour buses ain't a normal thing over there.
And if you haven't heard of Syndicate Empire Radio, it is on Mixler.
You know?
It's definitely got all kinds of cool shows.
Yeah, check us out. Check us out.
You got Motivation Monday that's ran by me and Michelle, but Michelle's been running it lately since I had my best friend Jesse Kloppenstein pass. I'm converting my Thursday shows to a Viking show. We have the Weed Pimps on Friday. We even have your show where me and you talk to a lady from NASA. Like,
yeah,
that's how cool Syndicate Empire is.
And we dropped a lot of information on that show too with that lady from NASA. She told us a lot of things that they're disclosing now through the government. She was telling us about it then, like the how the moon landing and all that. What we saw down here was actually recorded in a studio. She told us that. It was still landed on the moon, but
they just didn't have the technology. Basically.
That wasn't what we were seeing. What we were seeing was shot in the studio. They were doing other stuff.
The most interesting.
She couldn't tell us what that was, but she did tell us that was all recorded in the studio.
I think the most interesting thing is when I started asking Antarctica. She started asking me questions, and then you threw the question, what can you tell us? And she goes, not a damn thing.
Yeah.
Which only sparks our curiosity more.
If you can tell us that was all recorded in the studio, which is a big conspiracy theory, if you can tell us that straight up, and then you can't tell us what's in Antarctica, then that's big.
Definitely.
That's big.
And you could still actually listen to that recording because it is recorded on Mixer too. You just look up Syndicate Empire Radio. And then you do all kinds of amazing shows. Like you had the director, producer of Terrifier. So I've been talking with Steve, and we're talking about in September that we're going to be bringing him back out. I can't remember what his name was, and forgive me for that. It's in my messages, but the gentleman that played Leatherface in the remake with the gentleman that just passed away, that was the drill sergeant. I always played the drill sergeant in the movies. The old white guy?
Yeah. He was always in the military.
Like he was in the Major Pain movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then everyone should know who he is now.
yeah, all that stuff, dog. He's talking about coming with him. Another gentleman that's in a lot of Rob Zombie films, too. He's just been throwing names at me. But we're putting something together, like a little mini con at the shop, at the Citadel, and it'll be in September. I did talk with the Independent Film Society. I've been talking with them too about getting with the shop, cross promoting. They have a whole thing going on for 3 days of horror films in October that we're going to be working with them too. So a lot of stuff, man.
And I just asked you yesterday and you're like, go for it. We're doing our second Creepy Christmas together.
Christmas.
Mixing Halloween and Christmas together.
Yep.
So speaking of the psychic, before we get off the Syndicate Empire, he's talking about Michelle Snelling. Michelle in the Middle, Wednesdays 12 to 3. You can get a card pull reading. You can call into her and she can connect with your loved ones too. So you got Hellraisers tattoo. It's now in the Citadel Mall. Before that, it was right by Looney's Comedy. Is that where it actually started, or was there another location?
No, man. I had a little tiny tattoo shop that I had gotten because I was at the house after I got home. I was tatting from the crib when I got out of prison, but I ended up getting a tiny little spot. It was really small, man. Like this little area over here, just this tiny little cut.
Just a tad bit bigger than the
just
stable,
enough for me to fit a little waiting area, a cool little room to kick it, and where I tattoo at.
Was it still called Hellraisers?
My car parked right outside the front door. Like it was just small, man. And it was Street Life tattoos.
Okay, and, what made you come up with that name back then?
Well, most of the stuff that I had at the time was all like gangster, like pictures and stuff like that I had. A lot of, old school mafia shit and just that kind of decor that I had. And I had that in the shop. So I had my John Dillinger painting. I had all those paintings. I have Lucky Luciano. I have Al Capone, all these characters, that I painted. I had those in my shop, and I had that was the vibe at the time. But And then when I had it for so long, I started getting all this horror stuff. And that started just piling up. And it was courtesy of Damien Damani. Damien Damani, I always give him love whenever it's due. That's my dog. That's Sativa's other daddy. We'll call him Uncle Daddy.
Uncle Daddy.
Like he's her uncle, but he's like her daddy too. So,
so something happens, that's where she goes.
Honestly, that's what we've always talked about, because if I say his name now, when she's here, she'll instantly light up, and she knows what that is, who that is, where is he. She's excited to see him. She loves her Damien.
Did you get Sativa when you got out of prison? Because she's kind of an older dog, right?
I got Sativa afterwards. She's only 6 years old. I've been home 10 years now. I was going through a little dark time, and I just needed a little companionship, I guess. You know, I know a lot of people. I have a lot of friends. I do, but I do spend a lot of time by myself.
Same here.
So, you know, I'm kind of a loner like that. My grandpa used to always say, like, you run with a pack. Obviously, I'm banging most of my life, but you always run. You're like a lone wolf. You always run alone. You're always by yourself. I'm always walking around by myself.
You're born alone, you die alone.
Just kind of just been there. Even when I was a kid, I didn't really have a lot of friends. Like I said, I was always running around by myself. So being by myself is just how I've kind of grown up and always been my whole life.
There's a song by NF called Why, and at the end of the song, it says, a lot of people know me, but a lot don't know me well.
Yeah, a lot of people see me, but it's usually on your phone.
Except the few that are actually welcome into the circle.
And everybody's welcome. Anybody can come to the shop and come catch me, come see me. Just because I'm tattooing doesn't mean I can't talk. People can come sit right down and chop it up with me while I'm tattooing.
And then, so how long would you say it was from street life to the Hellraiser shop by Looney's? Because we've been just now hit your year anniversary at the Citadel Mall.
That was some time. I'd say I wasn't able to stay in too many spots too long. That spot I was in for a while, but I went from street life and switched over to Hellraisers because of the change in the surroundings of the room, of the surrounding area. So I had ended up opening the barbershop, which I named Bonnie and Clyde's, because I still had all that memorabilia, all that mafia stuff, and put all that in there. So that had the mafia old vibe, those old, the Roaring 20s back then, and just, that kind of speakeasy vibe. And then we had Hellraisers, which was the horror side. And if you look at my body, like I'm just always had that side of me that was my bad side is my gangster side.
Your back is pretty cool.
But my good side is covered with horror characters. Because my mom really used to take me to movies when I was a kid. That was the only thing we could really afford. I mean, we all lived in one bedroom home. My uncle turned the back room and laundry room into a bedroom. All his stuff couldn't even fit in there. It was in a whole nother room. Me, my uncle, my mom, my grandma all slept in one room till I was like 9 years old. So that's just how we grew up, It was. A lot of families grow up like that. Makes you guys closer from what I've seen. And we were just hanging out right now, chilling, smoking a blunt in the backyard with Triple and Double OG. Not with them literally.
But they were sitting there while you were doing
it. We're blowing, we're just chopping it up about nothing.
Triple OG's like,
talking crazy, honestly.
Triple OG's like, I don't want to smoke, but I like the smell of the smoke.
They don't mind. But she would complain like, I smell it all night long. I was like, but you don't say nothing. You don't say nothing until the next day or two. You don't say nothing about it. So you're up there enjoying it, obviously.
Helps you sleep.
Sleeping good.
So Hellraisers is now at the Citadel Mall, and then they got a pool in there where you can play pool for free. Virtual reality room for $1. He's got movies playing, horror movies playing.
We got to take that back a little bit. We got some new things going on. We changed the BR room. We will still have access to virtual reality in there, but it'll be part of just the surrounding area, the waiting area.
So there's no longer that $1 charge?
That room is going to be, no, you can just play with it. That room now will be set up with a nice photography area, the nice lights, cameras, good camera equipment, and to get the best shots of our tattoo work.
That's actually pretty dope.
So we had to step our game up instead of just taking the picture right here in the hallway
Like every
or
shop.
trying to get the light from the room, and you're getting all this glare and all this. Nah, we're gonna have nice lighting and a nice black backdrop and everything in that room, and it'll be private. Close the door, and you can still get your work if they have to show a little more. It's more private and more professional.
That's awesome. But the virtual reality he's talking about, I did the jump off the building one. So he mentioned on the
They are fun still.
on the old one of the older episodes, he's talking about how your brain will freak out, and I'm like, no. So I put it on, and you literally everything is that camera, and you're literally
Your body is your mind is seeing this area. You know it's not real, but in order for you to jump off this building, you have to go forth and do it.
Yep.
And your brain won't let you.
It freaks out. It's like what the F are you doing?
It's like a safety system to keep you from killing yourself. And it won't let you jump. But you have to jump.
Yep.
You have to jump. And so that's the whole kicker. When you finally jump, you realize why. You realize why you didn't jump, but then it's not real. You tell yourself it's not real.
And you got a cool flash.
But there's some they got that's pretty much based around your fears. So there's one that have the spiders, there's snakes, there's fear heights.
I'm gonna have to do my mom on the spiders.
There's a zombie one, fear of being eaten alive, all kinds of crazy different things that you can do in there, and there's just some regular games that you can play too. But we have like the arcade is free, so we got a bunch of a total of probably like 15 different games that you can play in there.
You got the coin dozer,
We got the mystery bags, which we're gonna switch up now to snacks. My son gonna take it up, gonna get it started.
Oh, he's definitely gonna have a good one.
He's gonna start a business and get his business started with a vending machine. So.
Well, cool. Then that means he'll be on a future episode. Then.
Yeah. Get him.
We got him. We'll get him started on that.
Right. So you're gonna have some snacks, some wraps, and stuff like that. Get some exotics maybe in there. $10 exotic candy.
So, is Hellraisers your favorite movie, and that's why you came up with the name? Because as you can tell, I got my Hellraiser shirt on.
Everybody asks me that, but I do love Pinhead. Don't get me wrong. I love the series. I've even taken time to watch the newer ones that I really didn't care too much for, but it's part of the genre. So no, it is not the reason why. I liked it because Hellraisers seemed like, when you think about Hellraisers, you think of the movie right away, right?
Yep.
But it's not necessarily about the movie. It's about what the movie kind of represented, is that pleasure, that torture, that the beauty of pain. And everybody that gets a tattoo has to go through pain first to get that beauty. I tell them all the time, I tell females all the time, I tell them, beauty is pain, right?
Yeah.
Beauty is pain. And this is the ultimate version of that. You know what I mean? Like, you getting this huge, they usually get these gigantic tattoos, females, huge tattoos, and then they go through it, but they take it better than anybody. So they are the epitome of like Hellraisers. It's like the beauty of pain, the pleasure of the torture of the process, the final product, what they look like after they went through it, the modification that he did to them, from scarring, all that. I want to get somebody that can do that scarification. I want to get, look, Coco can literally hang you from the ceiling.
Which I want to try. I'm crazy enough to try.
He can do the suspension. So he has it done to himself. He's done it to others. He's in them circles. That's why he's one of the best piercers. Yeah, and that's just kind of, the hooks, or the chains. The whole squad represents that environment, that vibe of what Hellraisers represented. That therapy, that ink therapy, that pain therapy.
So you're telling me if the Hellraiser box is real, you would open the box knowing what happens?
No? That's different. That's different. That I don't even, when you get into that, people have opened the box for their own purposes. You never even really know why. It's really out of like curiosity.
Killed the cat.
It's more like they're wanting some kind of power from it. Everybody's shit is different, so they go through different shit. He puts them through different things, especially if they could just come across him and cross paths. Like, we get walk-ins all the time that don't even know what the hell the shop is. They don't know what it is. They think it's some Halloween store.
They see
right, because they see all the spooky shit everywhere. Outside. So they think it's scary. Like, so they relate to Halloween, And we tell them, nah, we got love for Michael Myers, but nah, we got more than that in here. Come in, come check it out. It's a tattoo shop, but we got a lot more than that. So
and it's basically a Halloween museum is what I tell people.
It's pretty a horror themed tattoo shop, but it's like a museum. It is like a horror museum because there's all this signed memorabilia. There's props from movies. We got a human skull in there that's 230 years old. You know, Dr. Benson, he be hanging out, chilling. You know, he ain't got no problems.
Do you know the story of Dr. Benson?
No, I heard he was a doctor, and I heard that's how old it is. That's it.
If all those skulls could talk, right?
Yeah, the stories he has.
So the scarring thing, is that the piercing thing when you say that? Because I've actually never heard the scarring thing.
Scarification is kind of crazy. It's like almost like taking like a wood burning tool and just getting down and doing designs, usually like a tribal design.
So instead of a tattoo, it's an actual scar. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why people want that.
Some chick, I don't know. She called. No, she messaged me and asked me if we do that. If I had anybody there that did scarification. And I said no, I don't. But I've always been intrigued, and I would, you know, be down to have somebody if there was a market for it. If there was a bigger market for it. But like I said, I never really get calls for it.
I just don't think it's a market because no one really has heard of it. I've never heard of it. If you've heard of it, definitely make a comment in the notes there if you've heard of scarification.
I've been playing a little bit lately with the black light. Like I just did one and added all these hearts to this big lettering that I did Marilyn Monroe quote down her body, like from her side boob all the way down to her ankle. This big saying in cursive, and I put these hearts, and I used hot pink. Now the hot pink is neon. It reacts to neon lights. So she didn't know this. So when I did it, we see it like, yeah, because it looks great. The pink's there, boom, boom, boom. We'll check with it, let it heal. She didn't know nothing about that. She comes by the house, and I have black light all in upstairs, you know. And I said, hey, look at your leg. And she looks at her leg. She's been showing it off online all week.
Already.
So the whole time she got it. Every picture she has, you see it. But she didn't know that it actually like glows in the black light. And she's seen that and she freaked out. She was so happy. Oh my God. I was like, surprise. But it's bright. But yeah, I've been messing with that too. I love doing little highlights with stuff like that. The neon light, that's all it's really for.
The funny thing is, if she would have noticed before then going into your bathroom at the shop, because he's got black lights in the bathroom too, and you turn it on. She didn't even check that. Yeah, she didn't even see that.
Well,
you turn the light on, it's black lights in there. So, how long has Hellraisers officially been in business? Because I know you've been at the mall for a year.
We're going about 5 years now.
5 years. So, and he's done good work. In fact, this tattoo right here was done by him too. So he's got brother and runes.
He cried.
But you know why I cried on that one. This is a memorial.
He did, but he didn't cry like a girl.
I cried on like a girl on the pinhead on my leg though.
Yeah, he did a little bit. Yeah,
he updated that, and I did cry on that. I want her, but I think he made that hurt on purpose though, because it's pinhead.
Nah, it just needed it. It just needed some love. That's that white. All that white that I had to put in there. That's that worst one.
And it is good. I'm just not going to lift my leg up over the table.
Do it, dog. Just do it. Right between them. No.
There he goes. You said do it. I think it helps the little medicine I'm taking. I probably wouldn't have done that normally.
God, we've had a day. Some lady was stuck in the lake. She didn't want to get out. They had everybody over there. We were just having a good old time.
So in 5 years, he recently turned down a tattoo I asked him for. It was a tattoo that my buddy Jesse wanted to get matching.
Oh my God.
And it's just a bro tattoo. We're going to leave it at that. Is my tattoo the first one you've ever declined, or have you actually declined any others?
Well,
in the 5 years especially.
It was just different. That's all I can say.
He looks at it and goes,
it was different.
Hell no.
It was different. Let's say that. B-rad had a crazy idea.
It was actually Jesse's idea. He found it and stuff. But yeah, it was one where I would not have.
I told you Jesse would do it. Jesse loves them. He has them everywhere, all in his booth.
I haven't met Jesse yet, but our future episode, we're actually going to be in the shop. We're going to do a flash tattoo episode on all 14 of his artists are going to be ready to go. So it's going to be a unique episode. You guys will
definitely see Jesse's
special room
weenus collection. For real.
So
they're
now
everywhere.
You can put two to two together with that one.
Even has a giant banana in there that was there already, right? I'm like, I don't know, dog. If you want it, keep it. If not, get rid of it. He kept it.
So
in his booth right now.
If you want to make him happy, bring him a banana.
Giant banana.
So is there anything else that we haven't touched on that you want people to know? Because we've kind of talked about different things, but I feel like there's something missing that, men of influence. We haven't really talked about them. You're a big part of that, and they're a big part of the community. So I at least want to give them a shout out and give you a chance to talk about them too.
Yeah, big shout out to the brothers, men of influence. They're doing big things, helping out in the community like crazy. A lot of the brothers are out there doing a lot of, hand in hand, on the boots on the ground work, helping out with, different events in the community, showing face, letting everybody know that we still here. But a lot of the work goes on in the backgrounds. So we work with the gangs and just pretty much just the shooters. A lot of people don't realize either that a lot of the youngsters that are shooting aren't even gang related. They're around them, they're around the life, they're around that lifestyle, but they're just not involved in gangs. That doesn't mean that there's still not, youth violence. It's still gang violence. That's the main point. But a lot of people, they don't notice that a lot of people that are doing the shootings, they see that they're just youngsters. They're not necessarily gang members. So we got to try to expand what we're doing on that point. But we're making a lot of leeway right now with a lot of the crime is down. A lot of the shootings are down. We just
even Citadel Mall's
down. There's no crime over there in over 2 years now. Working on 3. So that's a good thing. But violence happens everywhere. Violence happens everywhere, and what it is spontaneous. Random acts of violence are the hardest crimes to solve.
Right.
So and then when there's deaths, it's even harder. You got a lot of cold cases out here that nobody's ever solved of people that's been killed, shot and killed. A lot of young dudes, a lot of young dudes that just made bad decisions in life. But it doesn't make you a bad person. They still had a life. So we try to stop a lot of the violence reduction. We already know it's going to happen. But when it happens, we try to get involved to where it doesn't keep happening and spread.
Try to educate, right?
And something that starts small and then snowballs into something huge where you can't stop it. Instead of one person getting killed, now there's 3 people that's been killed, 2 other people been shot. That type of shit. We got to stop all that. The ones that happen spontaneous, it's hard to stop something that just happens randomly. It's hard to stop that. You try to educate, you try to let them know that there's other ways of handling things. You handle with your hands, but not everybody has those skills, They're better at shooting than they are fighting. So we get that problem every now and then. But yeah, the brothers are doing their thing. I've been in a gang over 30 years. I got a lot of love here in Denver and Pueblo and LA. So, we got brothers. I'm going to be having my brother Hanan, Big T Capone, going to be just hanging out with me at the house for a weekend. I'm just going to get him out here. Tell you got to be a civilian for a weekend, dog. You just get away from everything. Come out here and chill. I just got the house, so he's going to come out here and just hang out. It's just brotherly love. It's no business. It's no, PR, nothing like that. It's just showing my brother some love after he went through some things too. This brother of mine from LA, he jungle stones in the jungles in LA.
How long has Men of Influence been around now, and how did you guys actually come up with the idea to bring it together?
That was all DeAndre, and the A1s. They the ones that contacted me to see if I wanted to get involved, and I was with it. I just had to let the see what's up with the homies. If they were with the shit too, I can't just make that decision. So we got the homies involved, and everybody was with it. After we had our major meeting, our initial major meeting, and we had a couple that were just kind of like getting like, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna do this? But the actual meeting that took place was groundbreaking, to say the least. Going on 5 years, doing this, and everything from just handing out turkeys to doing Juneteenth, bringing out major artists, major acts, for the people. These are free events, Some of these events don't cost much to get in. If they're not free, we do like tea nights. They're still doing their tea nights, so yeah.
It's definitely a cool thing, like especially when I saw the celebration.
They're doing the giveaway right here on the 25th, I think it is. Doing a giveaway over at the mall. Backpacks, school supplies. School? Yeah.
You guys are doing an art walk soon too.
There's
an art walk here at Elev8 too that's free. So we're really pushing the artist community together some more. And
26th.
The 26th for
26th will be the backpack giveaway. That's Sunday.
Okay.
And then we also have the photo shoot at Hellraisers and Syndicate that day for the calendar. So we'll be over there doing that too.
Yeah, he said I can't be in the calendar.
Yeah, be only exclusive people there are invited to be there because the girls got to be comfortable, man. I can't be having a whole goon squad gooning, cat calling the whole time they're taking pictures.
They don't got the right parts for me.
No,
I just wanted to be in the calendar for July since my birthday's in July.
See, I can't have you in all the pictures for every month.
He knows that I just scare the girls away.
We'll sneak him in there when we take one of all the girls. You just see B-rad's little head right there, parked right here. All happy. Yeah. There you go, dog. You're in there.
All copy and paste too. I'm like, I didn't even get to experience it.
You can find B-rad. You get a free calendar.
There you go. So with the tattoo work, what is your favorite tattoo you've ever done?
My favorite one?
Yep. Because I know they say a lot of artists forgets to work because how many you do, but I'm sure there's one that stays with you.
I did a Captain Spaulding, and I was still, picking up a lot with the machine. I was still fresh from home, and I was using a new machine, and I went from coils to my rotary, and it was so hard for me to do it, but it came out so fresh, so clean. I still share it to this day, and it's one of my oldest tattoos that I did, and it still looks cold to this day. Like I haven't seen the gentleman that got it, but we laughed because he looked exactly like Sid. Like I swear to God, he played him. He dressed up like him for one Halloween, and you swear to God it was him. It was him. But I haven't seen the guy in a long time. He hasn't been on Facebook. Hopefully he didn't, nothing happened to him, but I haven't seen him in a long time. But that was probably my favorite one that I have the best memory with. He was cool as hell. He looked just like the dude. He seen me online and he said, man, that's
like a doppelganger.
That's the guy. It was just a cool experience the whole way, on both sides. He was super cool after that. He came by and said what's up after that. But I haven't seen him in a long time.
So, one question I do want to ask for our listeners, because of everything that we've talked about today with your life and all the experiences from when you were young to getting locked up to now, what advice would you give to someone, no matter where they're at in life? Because you've been through a lot. We know people on here all have stories they've been through a lot, but what advice would you give to someone who may be thinking, I don't know what's next, and might be afraid to take another step in their life?
You know what I always tell myself, and it's kind of corny, and I always say that because it is corny to hear it, but like, don't sleep on your dreams. And I say dreams, people think of dreams like, oh, I have a dream of having this huge mansion like Michael Jordan or whoever their favorite person is, their personality, rich like this content creator here or whoever, this YouTuber here. They did that is just as basic as you can. They just got seen, it just got, they had an idea. That's the one thing that humans have power of in this world is the power of creation. Some is just, somebody built this, somebody created this in their mind.
Yep, Steve with Elev8 actually.
And now it's here. This was part of his brain. Literally, and we're here with it right now, puffing on it, and he thought this up.
By the way, with you puffing on it, what do you think of the contraption and everything? I'm feeling good myself.
I had a couple, you know what I mean? I just never got down with them like this before. This is kind of cool. But yeah, don't sleep on your dreams, man. You can do whatever you want to do. There's no age limit. I mean, if it's physical, yeah. But who wants to do anything physical, right?
Not a lot of people.
You can do anything your mind puts to it. If you think about it hard enough, if you really think about what you want to do, what makes you happy, what can you do? If you draw, if you create clothing, if you create vapes, if you create content, you're supposed to be the best there is at what you do, at least in your mind. And you're supposed to put that kind of energy to it, even though you might not be. As long as you put some kind of energy into it, it will manifest. It will come to life. It will create itself. It will gain momentum the more energy you put into it, regardless.
And then any other advice or anything on your story that we didn't touch that you want to mention as we get to the end here?
Put the guns down. Fight like big boys. Fight like your mom told you, and if you get beat up, we're going to take you right back over there and fight them again. That's how you're supposed to teach your kids. Teach them to fight. Take them to go learn karate. Teach them to learn boxing. Teach them to learn something other than learning how to shoot a gun. Because you don't want to spend the rest of your life visiting your son or your daughter in prison for a mistake.
Very good advice. All right, well, I appreciate you for being on, and be looking forward to the episode that we have at the shop coming up in the near future, right here live on YouTube and on the Small Business Showcase. Thanks again to Steve with Elev8. He designed the Silver Surfers himself, and I got pictures of my dogs on here, so you can actually get them customized. You can get a cool one here. If you don't want to use a code and do it online and want to come down, just come on down and use the word showcase so they know where you saw it. And we'll give a shout out to our sponsors, Brandy with Pendleton Heating and Cooling. You know it's hot right now, so Showcase will get you $500 off your new AC. We have Carrie with I Heart Mac and Cheese, either the Pueblo or the Mid-Road location.
Sorry.
You're fine. Having fun with this.
Whoa.
Use the word Showcase at either restaurant, and you'll get buy one, get one free. If you also know, starting in August, we're going to be giving out events, trivia night, bingo, every Monday at I Heart Mac and Cheese, with the prizes coming from Nerdstalgia. So check that out in August. We also want to give a shout out to Nerdstalgia. He does your little character pins for $5 instead of $8.99 for the word showcase. He's at the Citadel Mall, so after checking him out, go up to this guy's shop. Even if you don't get a tattoo or piercing, check out the free arcade games. Check out the Halloween museum that he's got there. And then go across the road to Edward over at Lugs and Plugs. Use the word showcase when you get your brakes and rotors changed. You get a voucher at his shop for a free oil change up to 6 quarts. And trust me, we all want to do those oil changes and get those done. A New Hope Counseling, they can help if you do DUI. Use the word showcase for your intake to be free. And if you're down in Pueblo, stop over at Roots and Rose. Use the word showcase for a buy one, get one free drink. And she's got some amazing drinks down there. So we want to appreciate everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for future episodes. And don't forget to go back to check any of the past episodes as well. Learn about these local businesses here, the 719, and get to know them more on a personal level and see the excitement of their business. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, B-rad. Have a great rest of your day. And thanks again, Dominic from Hellraisers and Syndicate Empire.